You got me running, got me running. Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. Raise your hands up. Raise them up.
All right, welcome to the Forex Trading Asia Daily Currency Call. This is episode 352. It's the 11th of August, 11 a.m. right here in Singapore, GMT +8. All right, so this is the currency call where you will get market economic updates, key support resistance levels, trade ideas, and more. This currency call is going to be very beneficial to both the long-term investors and short-term traders. Here we'll be going through what could move prices, possible trade ideas, and also highlighting potential targets and risk. So a disclaimer here, any information shared during this session is not intended to be a trade recommendation. It is solely the opinion and views of the speakers. So please remember to do your own analysis prior to entering any trades. All right, so first off, let's head straight to the charts with Scott here, Scott Andrews from Forex Briefcase Australia, to start things off with the dollar index. Scott.
All right. Hi, everyone. And thanks for joining us again as well. So look, overnight there wasn't a lot really that did happen. You know, if I must say though, US dollar chart here, thanks to Sam Trade on the 4-hour time frame, we did see the US dollar push beyond 93.00. We got to the high of, I'll just zoom in. We got to the high here. It was 93.12 that we saw, nearly 93.13. And, you know, frankly, a little unexpected, but we are seeing now, just with this price action that's presenting, this is the 4-hour time frame. If I just go to the 1 hour, you can see there are a little signs of fatigue there. But frankly, that would be quite healthy to see a little bit of a pullback, considering, you know, we didn't have a lot of news out last night for the US. What I would say really was that it was an opportunity for a breather. And also with the US dollar, with its relationship with the stock market in the US as well, we saw the stock market, you know, being quite stable. So that does typically mean that we'll see the US dollar come down a little bit. But what's going on as well is that the market has, you know, it seems to have sort of really got in their minds now that the situation with the Fed, we've got the Jackson Hole Symposium coming up. It just seems the momentum is definitely bullish on the US dollar. So with what we have with the CPI coming out tonight at 8:30 GMT +8, definitely the anticipation is that this seems just fine if we move sideways intraday here, and then we'll most likely see upside on the US dollar, I would say. So definitely, you know, just prepare yourself for that. If you're not in any trades now, I wouldn't obviously start really, you know, deciding to go, let's say this is the top for the US dollar. I would say not really. And 93.20 would be a target for me as well, to see if that can break through. Then we could really see 93 mids would be likely. Although we'll just have to wait and see what the data suggests. Is what my main focus is for tonight before really, you know, gaining some conviction on making a trade here.
Okay, thank you for that, Scott. And yeah, today is Wednesday, so the currency in focus today is the pound. And I'm going to get Daniel here, Daniel, coach at LCMS Traders Club, to share more about the pound analysis. Daniel.
Yes, thank you, Stu Wei. Let's look at straight away. Let's quickly look at right here now, the calendar. You know, we do that. Yes, okay. So today, you know, we do know everybody at 8:30 is the US CPI data with something to watch out for. And for those coming in the group coaching, our live trading sessions is a good time where we can trade just nice trading the aftermath of the CPI data. Okay, so then on Thursday, which is tomorrow, something we're looking for is the pound GDP data. Now, previously it has already posted a contraction of minus 1.6% quarter on quarter. Okay, the first quarter compared to the first quarter, second quarter compared to the first quarter, there was a contraction. However, now where everybody's looking at a boosting of 4.8% rebound of the GDP compared Q2 to Q1. Now, this kind of growth figures, looking at continue to support, the monetary policies that they did mention before, although they don't hold any QE tapering, but they did revise their forecast for the economic growth quite positively itself, and employment seems to be doing pretty well. So these, if the GDP continues to be good at 4.8% or more, it really possibly push the policymakers to continue to tighten the policies. That means maybe to do some tapering or something to keep the inflation in check. So looking at all these data, we should watch out for. So if a possibility looking at 4.8% or higher, then definitely pound could strengthen. However, we need to bear in mind, I just was looking at the news very recently, old news, COVID-19 is coming back again, but they're of course doing more booster shots, and trying to control the impact of the COVID-19. Okay, and then that's where the overall the economy. However, nevertheless, it again look quite positively here. If it continues to go, inflation goes up, GDP, I firmly believe the Bank of England have no choice but probably have to start discussing about the tapering matters. Okay, so this is something that we need to look out for. Okay, then if we look down, yes, US jobless claims coming in. Okay, and then on Friday, we have the Michigan consumer sentiments coming back in again. So other than that, nothing much. So now let's look at the charts here. Okay, we're going to look at the charts. Okay, so really very nice. Just to recap, just last week, we were all talking about pound USD probably moving upwards, moving across before a strong US dollar coming down in. It did exactly that, and it continues down even further towards quite closely towards what I call the intermediate support resistance level at 1.3815. Now, what do I look out for? When I mentioned GDP data coming in tomorrow could strengthen the pound. So what I think what's going to happen here right now, with a lot of focus right now, because previously the Fed was talking about Fed tapering, the US stimulus package coming in, or they're going to try to push through the fiscal policies of a lot of constructions and stimulus package by Joe Biden coming in, and of course tonight the CPI data. Now CPI data, if it's strong, it probably right now, so for pound USD, I'm going to look at probably push towards 1.3815 unless there's a big surprise CPI data where it's going to be strong, probably move down slightly below. And then what could happen on Thursday if the GDP data goes up, looking quite positively, then we could look a possible continuation of moving upwards towards 1.39 level. Okay, so that's something that, overall for Wednesday, this is actually a very short term coming for the GDP data, and then with the GDP continue on going very well, then it will push up. So I will say that, if we let the trade today, let the CPI data, US CPI data come in, soak it up, and we move below 1.3815. Now, if it goes above 1.3815, perhaps let's say 1.3830, okay, as it goes down and push up, and on Thursday, we'll look at a positive, very good GDP data where it was pushing in, causing a lot of the monetary policies statement. Bank of England may have no choice, they're giving the market sentiments that it will be looking into possible tapering, then it will push upwards, to a high of almost 90 pips. So I would say go for a 30 pips stop loss, 35 pips kind of stop loss, and go for almost an 80 to 90 pips of take profit target, looking for a possible buy trade. Okay, so this is my opinion here. Then how do I look for pound yen? Now, pound yen is a very interesting thing. I've been looking at this trade. I've been looking at it, and it's been the upward trend coming in, looking at a possible ascending triangle here happening. Okay, it's happening, at the resistance zone here. unable to break out. However, very, very strong pound with a good economic data compared to the yen. Japanese economy is not doing pretty well, impacted by COVID still, and not doing so well. I'm waiting for it to break above the resistance of 153.53. Now, what am I waiting for? As I said, there's the news coming in. I'm waiting for it to break above that, for it a possible good GDP data coming in to push all the way up. So I'll be looking at if it breaks above, I would say breaks above 153.9. Look for perhaps something quite close to about 40 pips of stop loss, and then you can go all the way to about even 100. And I would say not to be cautious a bit, maybe about 100, 110. So you could go for about 40 to 50 pips of stop loss take profit target, and then give a target for about 100 pips of take profit target for pound yen. Reason because this week, got a good GDP data. Going UK economy looking pretty well actually. So I'm looking for a quite positive note and a positive the fundamental news coming in to really push up strengthen the pound. Okay, now the last of all we'll talk about is the euro pound. I didn't talk about it yesterday. Euro USD, as I mentioned, I expected it to slightly move up, comes back down. That's what I said yesterday, and it did move down, slowly move down. We'll see how it moves, and still looking at a very positive US compared to the euro. And then if I mentioned about pound USD, it goes going down for the good CPI data, and then pushing up with the good GDP data. What I'll be looking for? I will be looking for a strengthening of the euro pound. Okay, I'll be looking for this kind of number. I'll be looking to sell euro pound. However, a little bit cautious, and I show you why. If I zoom out even on a daily chart, look at this. It has been it went down lower last, and it pushed up since last year February. So it's something that we need to watch out for, and it has been rejected before. At this level here, you can see that's why I put a resistance support level here. It rejected in April. So now we're going to see, of course, now it's back at the support level. You can see here, so like I put a 4-hour chart. It is backing at the support level. Consolidation right now, it looks like it's trying to push down. It didn't. Comes back up, retracement. It is in the zone right here. If I were to redraw here, it's a right support zone, making a decision. So I'm going to believe that it needs to break and close below. Okay, it needs to close below, let's say 0.84. Let's be more cautious. 8450. You could, if it goes down very fast with a good GDP data, then I would say go for a short-term trade, 40 pips stop loss, and then you can go for right down. I wouldn't say maybe halfway to the support because there's no real movements here. Maybe it goes down all the way to about halfway, about 70 to 80 pips of take profit target. Okay, so 1 is to 2 take risk reward ratio. But be careful here. If you want to trade the euro pound right now, it is quite consolidation, and it's quite indecisive comparatively. So if you're looking at trading for the pound, I would suggest out of the three, you have the pound USD, a good idea here, and the pound yen as well will be a better choice to be taking compared to the euro pound. So looking at this, focus on the pound USD and the pound yen for tomorrow's pound GDP, UK GDP data. Okay, that's all from the UK.
All right, thank you so much, Daniel. And now let's get Kim Hong here, currency analyst at LCMS Traders. He's going to share with us a trade idea that he recently published at Forex Trading Asia. Kim Hong.
All right, thank you, Junwei. Yes, so from now on, okay, from time to time when there's like no fundamentals updates and things like that, okay, I will just, share with you guys some of the trade ideas that I have posted on FTA, update you guys status and things like that. All right, so let's just head straight into FTA. Okay, let me just share my screen. Okay, so if you are not a member, well, if you haven't registered for an account in FTA, forextradingasia.com, okay, head over there now, well, later, and, create an account and, start reading posts and, I think if you get some points for voting posts and things like that. Okay, so this is forextradingasia.com. Okay, if you scroll down, click on my picture. Why is it loading so slowly? Okay. Okay, so you'll see like all the list of posts that I posted up recently. Okay, so there's like fundamental updates, whereby I'll go more details into what actually happened and things like that, providing you guys with the figures, the numbers, the charts, the tables, and things like that. All right, and I also post trade ideas as well. Okay, so the trade idea that I would like to share today is this one over here: Aussie Yen RBA QE tapering still on. This trade idea was posted, I think, last Wednesday, right? Yes, August 4th. Okay, so basically this is a buy trade. Okay, a buy trade from, okay, thinking how am I supposed to show you guys this? Okay, so I'll go over the chart later. Okay, so right now I'm just going to briefly talk about this trade idea. So basically, last Tuesday, okay, the Reserve Bank of Australia, they actually held monetary policy unchanged, and they decided to proceed with their QE tapering from early September. Okay, so that's actually quite I would say, a surprise for the market, because the market was expecting them not to, it was expecting them to hold back on their plan, okay, because of the recent spike in cases in Australia. Now, but they did not do that. All right, they decided to, proceed on with it because they felt confident in the rebounding of the economic Australian economy. Okay, and especially the strong I would say forecast predictions that they gave, the projections materials that they gave for 2022. Okay, so with that, I'm actually looking at a strengthening. I was actually looking at a strengthening, and I'm still looking at a strengthening, okay, of the Australian dollar, okay, against the yen. So my buy trade, okay, let me see. Okay, so let me just go through this post quickly. Like, I'll come up with a post with a chart, and I'll explain why, like the fundamentals behind the trade ideas, okay, that supports my buy or sell action. And then I'll have a trade setup over here. It can be buy, can be sell. But okay, so I have to mention this. I will put buy stop, sell stop at here, okay, because this trade idea is it's more like a forecast, okay, a forecast to what where the currency pair will be heading towards, okay, and at a certain level, a certain price level, when it hits, that is when we enter a trade, okay. So my trade ideas are more for people, okay, they are more medium to long term, okay. So they will be based on, most of the time, they will be based on the H4, either the H4 time frame or the daily time frame, okay. So my trade ideas are more, I would say, suitable for people who are, busy with their work and can only check out their charts once a day and things like that, or maybe twice a day. So, if you are working adults and things like that, if you are busy with school, check out my trade ideas. Then if you feel that it actually, my analysis actually coincides with your analysis, then you can consider taking up this trade idea, okay, by setting a buy stop or sell stop, basically pending orders, okay, and you just have to supervise it once in a while and things like that, okay. Now I will, okay, when the trade idea is being triggered, I will also be updating you guys on the Facebook group and the Ecofin group. All right. So if you are not a member of Traders Club yet, you can just join, head over to the links that we pasted later below, and join the club, and then I'll update you guys if there's any changes, like specifically if the trade entry, the entry levels has been hit. Okay. Now, so that's for the trade setup section over here. Okay. I will also be providing you guys with upcoming major news that I personally feel that will impact the price movement of the currency pair. Okay, so so back to the trade idea. So because of the I would say the hawkish move from the RBA last Tuesday, okay, I'm looking for a strengthening in the Australian dollar against the yen, Japanese yen. Okay, now besides that, if you realize, I mentioned that there's a double bottom pattern in Aussie yen. Okay, so I actually drew out this two bottom over here, and then I included a neckline. So what I'm looking at is that if Aussie yen were to break above, okay, this neckline, I will have a buy target at 81.7. Okay, so I've actually already set a pending order for my trade. So I'm going to head over to my chart right now. Okay, so yes, you're looking at my chart. So you see that there's a buy stop order being entered over here. Okay, so double bottom plus a what do you call it, a hawkish view from the Reserve Bank of Australia. So I'm looking at Aussie dollar strengthening against the Japanese yen. So at the moment, the double bottom pattern is close to completion. And personally, right now, okay, at this moment, I still feel that this trade idea is valid, which is why I'm planning to let it run. Okay. Now, if you guys realize that no stop loss and TP has been set yet, okay, not that I'm not going to set it, it's just for now I'm not going to set it yet. Why is that the case? Because personally, I prefer to wait for these medium to long-term trade ideas to be triggered before setting in my TP and what do you call that, stop loss. This is because from time to time my target change because of can be fundamental reasons, can be COVID progression, can be political reasons and things like that, right? So I mean, as of right now, the textbook stop loss, okay, would be set probably around the below the bottom, which is like I think 130 pips away. Okay, so I mean, if let's say I feel that there's a sudden if let's say there's a sudden strong strengthening in the Australian dollar against the Japanese yen, okay, I may actually look at a shorter term. Okay, shorter term, not in terms of like 10 minutes or 20 minutes, that kind of thing, or intraday, like the ones that you receive from the signals. Okay, shorter term as in maybe like a couple of days, 3 days max. So if that's the case, my stop loss may actually be higher. Okay, it may be actually more aggressive, maybe below this low. So as of right now, I would not want to set my stop loss and TP. I would not like to settle down with one value. Okay, so I will actually set my stop loss and TP when the trade is being triggered, and it will also be updated on the Facebook group and the EcoFin group as well. Okay, when I send out the notification. Okay, so what else do I have to share? Let's see. Okay, so back to the trading Asia, Forex trading Asia. Okay, so yes, so I mentioned briefly, okay, in this post that the supporting idea is because RBA is hawkish. Okay, now if you go back and take a look, you can actually check out the post over here. RBA fundamental updates. Okay, RBA sticks with QE tapering plan. So this is where you will get a more I would say comprehensive coverage on what went down last Tuesday. So I will also just like over here I'll mention that RBA decides to proceed with their QE tapering plan. Okay, read this post. This link will actually link you to this post over here. Okay, so I will definitely do up comprehensive coverage of fundamentals and things like that, and then in order to support my trade ideas. Okay, so yeah, just another reminder, if you're not a member of the if you're not signed up for Forex Trading Asia, just head over to forextradingasia.com and just sign up for an account. Let me see if I have any other things to cover. Okay, not at the moment. So with any updates and things like that, when the idea is invalid, no longer valid due to fundamental change and things like that, I will also be updating you guys, okay, on the Facebook group and the EcoFin group. All right. With that, I will see you guys tomorrow. Okay. Thank you, Jinwei.
Hey, Kim Hong, just a question. Say the trade idea that we post in Forex Trading Asia, let's say it doesn't hold true anymore. Do you update in EcoFin or do you update in FTA? Just share with everybody here. Okay, so this is actually like I would say a Traders Club members benefit. Okay, I don't update it on the FTA. Okay, FTA site, I will only be posting up the trade ideas. Okay, it's up to you guys to supervise. But if you are a member of the Traders Club, okay, yes, I will be updating. Actually, you know what? I think I should be showing you guys. Let me share my screen again. Okay, so what you're looking at right now is the EcoFin platform. Okay, so this is actually the trade idea that corresponds to what I've showed you guys earlier just now. Okay, so yes, you will receive notification under the Market Watch. Just click on this Market Watch tab over here, and you will see all these
post. Okay, so right now the trade idea has not been triggered as of now. Okay, so what I will do is, if it's been triggered, I will post a post here under Market Watch saying that, you know, trade idea has been triggered, buy stop has been triggered. I will provide my entry level, my TP level, and my SL levels. Okay, so it's for the ECOFIN. Now, if you are more into using Facebook, okay, I don't have my Facebook page right now, but Facebook page, it should be straightforward, because when you're in the LCMS Traders Club page, okay, then you will see a prompt right away. Okay, so let me just do a quick scroll to see if I can actually find some. Okay, great. So like, for example, you know, for this specific trade over here, Aussie Kiwi, okay, sell stop order triggered, I will provide an entry, a stop loss, and a TP level. Okay, now if it hits TP, or, you know, things like that, or if the trade idea is no longer valid, I will also do the same, a similar update, okay, on this trade idea.
All right, thank you so much for that, Kim Hong. So yeah, like what Kim Hong had said, if you're looking for more trade ideas from Kim Hong here, his updates on those trade ideas, and more trade ideas from Daniel, Scott, and of course the daily firing out of signals onto your mobile phone, the analysis behind the signals. And yeah, Traders Club is the place to be, and I've just pasted the links in the chat. And yeah, so just check it out and sign up from there. So, and yeah, we have come to the end of the session today. We will see you guys tomorrow for the Yen and Gold session. Thank you so much, and goodbye.